and block something around there. Hmm. Can you read? All right, good morning, guys. I hope you all can hear me. If you can hear me, just drop one on the comment section. If you know you can hear me loud and clear, drop one on the comment section so we'll kickstart immediately. And make sure you share this YouTube live. Share it right now to your friends so we can have more people on the call so we can explain the market and then plan ourselves together for the week. If you're active, just share the live, share the live, share the live. Tap on the share button and let's invite our friends and family to join us ASAP. If you're ready and you know that you want to get something from this call and you don't want to get it alone, make sure you what? Share the live. Share the live, share the live. All right, good. So this is a new week, and I welcome every one of you to a profitable week. Trust me, this week is going to be a profitable one for every one of us, in as much as you're what fully set and prepared for the week, right? It's something that's what you're prepared for. That is what you are going to be able to overcome and conquer and make the best out of it. So today, basically, what we're going to be doing here today is just going into the market, looking at what the market has for us. Last week was a very good one, and this week promised to be good as well. Too. The most important thing is what making sure that we follow our trading plan and making sure we execute flawlessly. The only thing, taking advantage of every opportunity is key. Last week, I saw some person just observing why they were supposed to be taking actions, right? I understand that because of the way the market has been so far this year, this first quarter, a lot of persons have just been, skeptical about taking trade. I understand it is quite clear. But the most important thing you want to do for yourself is making sure that what you are taking advantage of every opportunity. Number one thing that can guide you while you are doing that is what risk management. As long as you know that you are risking a certain amount of or maybe portfolio from your own money or maybe you a proprietary firm, right? You know that you are still going to be able to sustain your account. Some of the account that I've been trading, I know for the first early part of this year, it was very tough one for me, but I have to also be able to sustain them because of what proper risk management, right? And this past few weeks that I've been getting some gains and wins in the market, I've been able to recover some of the accounts from those losses, right? And that is how it is too. So you want to make sure that what you are consistent with what you are doing. You don't want to be seeing opportunity and letting it go just like that. You want to make sure that what you are taking advantage of every single opportunity. So today we're going to be looking at the market, just doing an overview of what we are supposed to be looking at for the week, and then since the time what's it called, the Americans and Iran had some war, a lot of persons have been projecting that gold is going to buy, gold is going to buy, and gold is going to buy. But what the reality of the market is what we are seeing sell all through from that particular point. So because of the hype, a lot of us we actually projecting for a buy. Although what we are still looking at for technicals was still looking like a way of market buying, but eventually the whole thing turned the other way, right? And one thing I want to tell you that irrespective of the hype or maybe the fundamentals that are actually out there going on, one thing that will also guide you, right, is the technical. The technical cannot even mislead you. Whatever thing you are seeing on the chart, that is one thing you will get, right? Whatever thing you are seeing on the chart, that's exactly what you will get. So for me, at the first part, I was looking at the technical edge of things, and I was seeing that the market was actually looking bearish, right? And that was why I was actually looking for sales opportunity. Sometimes some of them will look very shady, but trust me, to always play out. So you want to make sure that what you are so key and focused on what your technical analysis is very, very important. It is good you have the awareness of what is sentimental and the fundamental, right? It is good you have the awareness so you know exactly when to position yourself on, which is proper timing, right? So the same way to you want to also make sure that you're well skilled with your technical analysis because where you're going to make the money from. You're going to be making more of the money from the technical analysis side because that is where you're going to be putting your risk on. So you want to make sure that what you're very key and you're paying very much attentive to what the chart is actually saying, right? So we're going to be delving that into the chart. But first and first, I want to make sure I use this opportunity to also talk to you about what's it called, the broker that we're using currently. So you can see I'm wearing the Octa top right now, and is one of the brokers that's actually giving us this maximum support. So you want to make sure that what you're clicking the link in the description, you'll see the link that they register, and then make sure that you're ready for the week, right? You don't want to make sure that you're just there and you're not using a reliable broker. Trust me, you know me, I'm not going to bring any broker to you or that is not actually what reliable. So you want to make sure that you are using them and making sure that what you follow up. Trust me, their customer service are top notch, and the way their services are actually very, very good. They are one of the finest I'm seeing in the industry right now. So you want to make sure that what you actually was using them. So and also before we move further, I also talk about the proprietary firm I'm actually using right now. I'm not. This is not for a promotion for them, right? But I'm bringing this to you also that you make sure that you have a good awareness of a proprietary firm that can actually gear you up towards the financial growth that you're looking for. For you, you are in the journey. I'm also in the journey right now too. So I have actually been using FTMO since 2021, right? Yeah, that's the first time I actually got to know about them, right? And since then to this particular day, they've still be very, very much reliable and they still keep paying, right? They don't just do their things anyhow. They make sure that they are doing the right thing. I'm actually going to make sure that I'm putting their link on the free Telegram channel. So you want to make sure that you're very much active there too. I'll put their link there too so that you're able to use them because they are one of the most reliable platforms I've actually seen out there. They don't just do their things anyhow. They make sure they do their things in a more transparent and more clear way. So if you hear anybody complaining about payout on proprietary firm, then trust me, on FTMO, then trust me, maybe the person must have done something different, right? So you want to make sure that what you are focused on growing your portfolio with a reliable what proprietary firm because that is one of the gateway for you to actually scale up. Right, that's one of the gateway. That is one thing that has actually happened to us in the industry. Being able to have what the right platform to be able to trade on, right? So you want to make sure that what you are using was a reliable or what's it called? Reliable profile. And then if you're not active on the Telegram channel, right? You're not active on the Telegram channel, you want to make sure that you are doing that right now because most of my trade setup, I'll be sharing them live with you all. Last week I shared all the trade I took and you also how it actually went. Trust me, it's not going to be a very easy one. But the thing is, as a trader, you want to be very, very much ready for every opportunity that will come your way, right? You want to make sure you take advantage of every opportunity. You never can tell the one that will be a winner, right? Sometimes you look out for the winners that this one will play out, but that might be the one that won't be that will end up giving you loss, right? So you just want to take advantage of your edge in the market and do the most important thing. Sorry guys, if you can hear me, if you can still hear me loud and clear, just drop one in the comment section. I don't know if you're there and you know you can hear me loud and clear and you've been following through what I'm saying. Just drop one in the comment section, right? Drop one in the comment section. If you can hear me loud and clear, and you'll be following what I'm saying, just drop one in the comment section, and let's move further to the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, just drop one in the comment section. Let's go. So, a lot of persons are also okay, good, good, good. A lot of persons are also be asking me about my course. Ways you've not talking about your mentorship and stuff like that. Yeah, I've not really been talking much about mentorship because my so-called assignment for now is just making sure that I trade and make money for myself. Right? Very few persons are actually in my inner circle whereby I actually give that attention to. But trust me, we're working on that already for us to be able to give you guys what is the same thing that I've actually been using in taking money from the proprietary firm. I believe every one of you that are here on this call it's not a thing of that for you to say that yeah, we are profitable on this side and we'll be making money from the market, right? Trust me, it is something that I've actually dreamt about right before now. Like, when is that day that I'm going to be making money from proprietary firm? And I know that's the prayer for some of you too. That one of these days I want to still be a trader that will be making the proprietary angle, right? Making money from the market via prop firm. That was one of my prayer points back then, right? But today is a reality. Some of the things that I've actually achieved, the connections and the people I've linked up with it. The money actually came from here, from the proprietary firm, and you all saw the payouts. It's not something that you should we should be debating about. You saw that, right? So if you want to achieve something like that as well too, you want to make sure that what you are so much focused, you are keen in what you are supposed to be doing right now. Forget about the noise, forget about what others are achieving. This is your own journey, right? I know where I'm supposed to be by now, but I'm not comparing myself with every other person out there because I know where I'm coming from, right? I want to make sure that I'm following up with my own personal journey and making sure that I'm actually focused on what I'm supposed to be achieving. Sometimes we get distracted because we want to make sure that we get the best and the things that we want as fast as possible. Trust me, I understand where you are standing. And also for me too, it has happened to me that way too, pressure from here and there. But the most important thing is what you cannot compare your chapter one with someone else chapter 9 or chapter 10, or maybe you cannot compare your own personal background with some other persons. So persons are very, very much opportune to get the highlight or the information about the market early and also have the money to actually take advantage of opportunities. Why you might not have the advantage, so you should be comparing yourself with someone who has the advantage over you, right? The most important thing is you enjoying your own journey, enjoying the freedom for yourself, try to get the freedom you want for yourself, and believing that this thing is going to work. Because this is what I actually have for myself. Today, I'm supposed to be an engineer working in the site, right? But I'm out here right now, sitting in front of my monitor and actually looking at you guys here, and we're talking about forex trading, which is something different from what I've spent close to 7, 8 years doing in school, right? I'm doing something right now that is quite different from what I spent close to 8 years doing in the university and polytechnic put together, right? So that's to tell you that all you just need to do is just believe in yourself and believe that, yeah, whatever thing you want to achieve, it is possible. It is just time factor. So that. So right now, let's take a good look at what we are having on the market this week. Let's take a look at what we're having on the market this week, and then let's see what we can actually do, right? So uh, I believe you guys can see my screen, right? So basically, this is let's go to the daily time frame. So the daily time frame. So this is what we are having currently on the daily time frame, right? It's not something much. Looking at the market right now, we can say overall, right? We are in the bullish market, right? Overall, we're in a bullish market. So but the most important thing here, it is now that we're going to be trading off this bullish perspective, right? We're just going to be using this one as a guide for us to be able to look into where we're supposed to be facing and where we're supposed to be anticipating our next opportunity from. So right now, looking at the daily time frame, we can actually equally tell that this is still our current high, the all-time high for the market, right? This is the all-time high for the market, and then this was the last push, the last dump low that we have, right? This is the last dump low that we have. So currently now we're in between this high and this low, and that is where we are in currently. Now, if we want to pay attention to what is happening here, if we want to examine what is supposed to happen here, we can tell that we have a structure inside this particular phase. And how can we get that structure? The most important thing here is we diving into the H4. That is what will give us the structure that we can clearly see from this particular ascending channel, right? This channel that we're having here, right? So let's look into H4. So looking at this, you can now tell now that this was a wave, this was a push, The market failed to make a new low, so this was where the market respected, and then price gave this high and up to this point right here. So we can clearly see that what this is like the channel, right? That the market has made, and then out here now we can say yes, we're out of the channel though. So, but that is not what I'm going to be focused. I'm just using that as a guide for sharing with you that what we are supposed to be expecting and what we are seeing right now. So, and as you can see from the H4, it means that we're actually out of this trend line. As you can see, we're out of this trend, meaning that we are having a kind of a downward or price delivery. It is not something different from what we should be expecting. Normally, we should be expecting buys as the hype was, right? But as you can see, we can clearly see that the market is actually correct. This is like a correction, right? This is a correction. It's a correction, and then currently you see this is where we are sitting. So there's high possibilities that what price might equally keep what selling to the downside. So, but that is not what we're going to be paying attention right now. This is just for like the direction sake for us to know exactly where we are actually going to, and then knowing what we are doing. So I hope you guys can see my screen and can also follow up what we're doing. It's visible. Oh, let me see. Sorry. Can't you guys see my screen now? Please. Oh, sorry about that. Can you guys see my screen now? You can not see. Okay, okay, good. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Please, if others can also see my screen, just drop one on the comment section. Let me know. Let me know. One. Let me know. I don't want to be talking to myself. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Please, if you can see my screen, just drop one on the comment section. One, so I will know that yes, I'm not talking to myself alone. If you can see my screen, drop one on the comment section. I want to be very sure that we all are following. All right, good. So, all right, good. So, as you can see, we're having these currently, as we all know, the market is actually bearish at the moment, right? Meaning that for this particular time frame on this H4, within this high and this low, the market is what's in a range between this high and this low, and there's high possibility that our price might get to this 4,400 range that we're actually seeing at the moment, because the market has actually broken out of this particular trend that was supposed to be giving us a bullish wave, right? And more so, if you take a good look at it on the H on this time frame, you can see that there was a key zone around this area that the market reacted from, right? Let's look at it on the H1. So on the H1, you can clearly see that there was a break of structure at this particular point here. We had a break of structure here, right? Can you see that? And then this was a supply. This is a supply region. So for those of you who don't know about supply, or we'll talk more on that on the inner circle. So this is like a pullback. You can clearly see that we had a pullback here. The market gave us a pullback and then a break to the downside. And you can see market revisited that zone and that zone has still not failed yet. And then this is where we are currently in at the moment. So as you can see, price respected that point there, and that was where the sell started dropping from, right? You see that zone. So that's to tell you that like every zone on the higher time frame, it is very, very significant. Every zone on the higher time frame is very, very much more significant. So you don't want to play with your higher time frame, because that higher time frame is what will give you what you are supposed to be seeing and where you are going to. Because right now, when you're just so zoomed in into the lower time frame, right? On the lower time frame here, if you are zoomed in on a particular, you might not know where you are coming from and where you are going to. But when you zoom out, you'll be able to see exactly where market is heading to, right? And remember, what is price action? It's using historical data in predicting or anticipating future pricing, right? So you need to look at what is happening at the left hand side to be able to predict what is happening on the right hand side, right? So now, as you can see, the market has respected this key level here, and that is where the drop is coming from. So looking at that now, we now know that okay, there's high tendency that price might come down to this 4,400, right? But that is what we're going to be anticipating and looking at for in the future. So, but right now, what we're going to be looking at for is what we're going to be paying attention to, this zone, right? This zone here. This is where we're going to be looking out for. So okay, okay. This is where we're going to be looking at for this key zone. So this is another key zone because it was this low was what was responsible for this particular break here, right? Which is this you're seeing. That was what was responsible for this particular break here, right? So it means that this guy is supposed to be a very strong point, right? It's supposed to be a strong point because that was where price got to before price eventually broke this particular point here, right? So, but nevertheless, we know if this guy is supposed to be strong, then price is supposed to react off this particular zone here, right? It's supposed to react off this particular zone. But looking at where the market is coming from, right? It is something to look into and feel and know that there might be a tendency that what price is just going to what sell deeply, right? Sell deeply because price is coming from this particular point. And if you notice, this is a range. There's a range between this high. Well, we're having a range between this current high and this current low. So this pricing is between this high now and this particular low, right? So meaning that if we're supposed to be selling, if the sell is going to be happening, then we're supposed to be having price selling down to all this particular low, right? So, but we're not just going to be looking at okay, let's just keep selling and looking at just going right because there's tendency that price might actually just react from here and then start seeing a build up to the upside. So all we're going to be paying attention to is making sure that what we follow through with pricing on the lower time frame. But this is just an overview for us to be able to see and know exactly where we are going to, right? So just follow through with us. Follow through. Let me clear out this things. So can have a cleaner chart. So pay attention so you get to know exactly what the market is actually doing at the moment before we start looking for our intraday or entry model and the likes for the week, right? So now that you know that we are in between this particular zone here right now and this particular point because of this break of structure here, what we're going to be looking at for more sales. And our first key zone here we're going to be looking at for is anything around this key level here. This is support level which is around 4,800 thereabouts. So right now, as you can see, we're having this wave as well too. We're having this wave, and then this is where price got to before this current drop that we're having. So right now this resistance level has failed, support level sorry has failed because price has lost, in price has gone be netted, right? So price has taken out this particular low already. And remember, what is the nature of the market? That is one major thing we share on course and with our students. And I think I've actually said this countless number of times on the channel, right? To talk about the nature of the market, right? The nature of the market. So there's high tendency that looking at what we are having right now, this is a pullback, right? A continuation sell, right? That's where we're standing. So and there's possibilities of we also having what a continuous sell to the downside, right? Continuous sell till we hit here, or before the market move to this continuation, we're going to be having what a pullback to fill this inefficiency we are having here for a continuation sell, right? But that we're going to be having that on the lower time frame on M50, M30, and M5 to see what's going to happen. But currently, this is where we are sitting at the moment, right? And where we are sitting actually, it is a flow of what a sell market, flow of sell market. So there's high possibilities that we're still going to be looking for more sales in the market till we get to this region, right? To get to this region, unless if we're having a break on the lower time frame, the substructural break on the lower time frame, right? That way we can now look out for a possible buys to come back to this key level of supply before any other decisions will be taken, right? So that on that. So since we know that we are in a bearish market at the moment on this current H1 and H4 wave, not to say we are not in the bullish market. Overall, we are bullish, right? But this particular region here, we're still looking at for more sales. So this is a potential level we're going to be looking at for this zone here. Potential level we're going to be looking at for price to sell into. But while we're looking at price selling into that point there, we are not going to be so visited and saying that, oh, it is a must get here, because there's high chances that anything can happen and then we'll have market continue to the upside. But right now, looking at the H1, we can clearly see that we are still much more bearish, right? Although this price rejected this zone here, you can see on the resistance on the support level, you can see this is a rejection. You can see price is rejecting this level. And if price is rejecting this level, what does that mean? It means that there's going to be a tendency of price pushing up. So, but the only thing here is if this price should, if the price should close beneath this particular support here, it simply means that what the sellers are still much in the game, and we're going to be looking at for continuation sell to this key level, right? So on the M32, you can still see on the F30, it's still more of a rejection, but on the H1 is a rejection as well too. So, but me, I'm not going to be entering market as usual from this particular time frame, right? Being a day trading structure that I want to maintain, you obviously know that I'll be taking more of my trade on the M50 and M5, right? And if you want to get that, all you want to do is just what pay attention to the free Telegram channel, right? Because that is where we're going to be dropping those setup in, right? That's where we're going to be sharing most the setup. So I'm just using this one as a guide to show you guys the overall view of what we should be expecting for now, right? We all what are going to be doing, but in course of the week, maybe by midweek, price must have gotten to this particular key level, right? And then maybe either rejecting or breaking through. So at key level, price is either going to break or reject. So if it's going to reject in the course of the week, then we possibly might have the buy coming in. But for now, what we're going to be seeing and looking at for is a possible what say continuation to this zone and this particular zone, right? So this is just what I'm going to be looking at for the week, and then follow through thoroughly with each activities of each day, right? From each particular candle daily candle range, right? Because if you take a look at what I'm doing on the lower time frame, just paying attention to what each day has to deliver and be able to follow through with the structures of the daily time frame. Like if you take a look at this one I took here, they had a sell here on Friday, and then on Thursday took advantage of this sell. Here's that guy. Okay, we took advantage of this sell from here on Friday here. So it's the sell I took advantage of on Friday down to this particular point here. So about 1:3 there about, I think we'll enter for somewhere around here. The 1:3. The trade is on the Telegram channel. You can go check that out on the Telegram channel, right? And then this is just taking advantage of the daily range. And also I took this one too on Thursday as well too. There's another trade I took here on Thursday too. I share them out all for free, right? For free on the Telegram channel. Right, go check them out. So why am I doing this? You can see now what I'm actually doing here is just trading in the direction of the higher time frame, right? Trading in the direction of the higher time frame, using the lower time frame as quick entry model to be able to figure out where we're to be able to follow through with where we're supposed to be heading to on the overall. So that's why you see we have to do this daily analysis to H1 and H4, H1 for us to be able to know where we are going to. Right now, since we know that okay, we have this possible zone that the price might actually get to, all I'm going to be paying attention is what looking for entry models on the lower time frame to be able to follow through with getting there, right? So I'm not just going to be going to the 5 minutes time frame blindly and trade, because if I was supposed to be on the 5 minutes trade blindly, trust me, I won't have been able to hold this trade to TP. If you remember, I had this trade to TP on Friday. The reason why I was able to hold this trade to OTP on Friday was because of what I know where the market was going to, based on this analysis that I've just given to you guys now on the higher time frame. So if you do not have the higher time frame perspective of where price is heading to, there's no way you have confidence in holding your trade. So now that you have seen that we've done the higher time frame analysis and we're anticipating that price is supposed to see keep selling, right? Keep selling, right? We're just gonna be following through with what we're having on the lower time frame to just scale in, get our 1:2, 1:3, depending on the case, as the case may be, and then we'll take what we're supposed to take and then hold and wait again. So just we going, taking and hold and observing again, taking and hold and observing. Because one thing you need to understand is on the 5 minutes time frame right now, market might easily just change, right? Price might just change, and then from the 5 minutes time frame, there might be a structural move that will lead to another direction that you can build up on the higher time frame. But right now, because we have where the market is coming from, where it is actually going, all we're going to be doing is we're paying attention to the lower time frame entry model, able to see if market is actually aligning with the higher time frame perspective to be able to move in that direction. So all we're going to be doing right now is just staying calm, making sure that we're looking out for possible sales opportunities that will going to give us good entry model for us to trade in accordance and get to this particular level. So all we're going to be doing is what staying active, follow through. I'm just going to be patient for the now, patient and looking into what the market is going to be doing, and then give out that entry. The simple thing to the matter is all I'm looking out for in the market is just structures and liquidities, right? Structure and liquidity. Those are the two things I pay attention to when I'm actually taking my trade, right? Structures and liquidity. Where is the liquidity sitting for a possible take up before the main move come in for, right? That is one thing I pay attention to. I just pay attention to structure. And so if you don't know about structure, then you need to go and study more. You need to go and study more. And mostly on the course that we're going to be launching very soon. Okay, we'll actually diving deep into understanding structure, which is the external structure and internal structure, because the internal structure is what build up to form up the external structures, right? That you're going to be seeing. But the external structures is what give us what is direction. You need to understand the difference between the two. You don't want to be trading them blindly. So that will be what we'll be looking out for the now on XAU USD. It's not something more, just something simple and keeping it simple, right? Keeping it simple and just sitting back and then waiting. You don't need to just be too active or just want to be relaxed. Know where the market is coming from, know where it is going to, know how to actually go into the market. As simple as ABCD. So structure, remember structures and liquidity. These are the basic things I'm looking at for. On the higher time frame like M30, if I'm taking trade for swing perspective, the structure and swing model I'm actually looking at for. These are things I'm still going to be sharing on the course, right? These are what I'm going to. So there are things that I actually look at for on the higher time frame before I actually pen my trade. Because if you take a good look at what I'm doing right now on the lower time frame, you see a risk based start execution. But when I'm about to do a swing perspective, there are also criteria I'm actually looking at for. So far, so good. If you take a good look at the way I was trading towards that November, December, it was quite different from where I'm trading right now. I'm trading now more or less like the way I used to trade before October, thereabouts, or September, August, right? Because the market is not presenting more opportunity for swing entry model in terms of my own entry model, right? So I have to just be doing the lower time frame entry model as well to for us to be able to get possible trades to take. Yeah, so just going to be looking at the market because if you look at what the market was doing when we were on this bullish run that you see from this look of the market was not giving some kind of entry model on my own swing entries, right? So just continuous buy, and you can't just be buying when you don't know where the market's heading to, right? So you need to always put out criteria for what you should be able to use in entry mode, entry market at some time. You still want to talk about losing streak in the market. But the thing is, the market condition might not resonate or might not align with what you're actually using as your entry or trading model, right? So you just need to be able to tweak what you understand from the market or tweak what you know how to do to be able to suit in how to be able to make money from the market. The market is just like a moving river, and you are like a fisherman trying to catch fish. So you must, as a trader, you are skilled already to be able to figure out what to do in the market. So whenever there are certain challenges, right, you just need to know how to tweak one or two things to be able to make money from the market. Because if you must make money from the market, then you must know what you're doing. So now that you've understood the basic direction and what we're going to be doing, just keeping it simple, all we're going to be doing is just looking at for structures on the lower time frame M50 and M5 and be able to follow through with this the narrative that we have in here and be able to make possible gains for ourselves. That's simple as that. Just want to stay active on the Telegram channel for those setups that I'll be launching in For now, you've seen where I'm actually seeing the market right now, and where I'm going to be pushing, putting my head towards. But I'm not just going to be jumping into the market casually. I just want to make sure that what I see, what I'm supposed to see first before I go in. And I'm not going to be regretting any actions I'm going to be taking, whether I win or loss, right? As long as I'm actually putting that risk management and I know exactly what I'm supposed to be looking at for, then it's a good one for me. And that same thing you need to also do too. You want to make sure that what you are applying proper risk management, no matter what, no matter the way the setup is looking like. But sometimes what actually keeps us on the losing side is because I will see this and say, okay, let me use the opportunity to take out all the possible losses. But we will risk risking high on a particular trade that might not even give you loss and you go more into loss. It has happened to me. I'm a victim of it. So I know a lot of you too are also a victim of that. So you don't want to do that. Make sure that what you don't over risk. Keep it simple. Forget about whatever another person is saying that go hard or what you want, bro. You know how your pocket is. You know what you are where you're coming from. Trade and be patient and build consistently for yourself and make home proud. That's just what I have for you guys. So that's it, bro. So if you have any question, just share that with us. Share that with us on the comment section, and then we'll tackle it. If there's any question, and let's take it out. Any question? If there's any question or you understand exactly what we've shared so far, just drop one in the comment section. If you understood clearly what we've been talking about since, and then you have clear understanding and you're going to be following through with what we've said, just drop one in the comment section. Drop one in the comment section, and then let's call it a day. If you understood exactly what we've been talking about in the chat, drop one on the comment section, and let's get it. I hope you all understood what we're talking about. Okay, good. So I'm glad that someone has actually, so we're having people who are following through and then understood exactly what we're talking about, right? So as a simple as that, you don't need to complicate it, right? Don't need to complicate it. So yeah, I'm using more of the 5 minutes. If you check the channel, you'll see that I'm using more of the 5 minutes and 15 minutes for entry models right now as I'm speaking to you because of the market condition. Just to be able to get trade and put that to you all, right? You need to just if you check the channel very well, you see that, right? So you want to make sure that what you are active on the Telegram channel, and then react to. I know that those who are actually much ready for the trade, so we go to make money and I'm able to know that okay, we are people are actually much active to take the trade. So take the trade, we're looking for the wins and the losses together. If we take losses together, we'll go and sleep and then if we take the win, we'll celebrate as usual. So but trust me, this week is gonna be a profitable one for us. So in the course of the week, possibly if the market is having a different dimension or a change in perspective, I'm probably gonna put on a live call so we go to what look into the market together again and then we make money together. Love you all. Thank you all for joining. And then if you have any question that has been bothering you, right, you could actually reach out to me on the Telegram channel, right? And make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and share to your friends as well too. So have more people benefiting from this particular space as well too. And then for us to be able to do more, right? Do more. The time will come, we're going to be doing more. We're going to be having possible opportunities to trade life here together and then we'll make money together. I love you all. Thank you all for joining. And then I'll see you guys inside. Peace.